Hey guys, it's Sue, Fibro Chick here. I'm doing my Wednesday video late. I'm so sorry. I just felt so, I always say lousy. I sound like my mother. I felt so lousy most of the day today and yesterday. So normally I do my videos on Tuesday and I release them Wednesday morning. But here it is Wednesday, I don't even know, almost 6 o'clock Eastern time. But I felt good enough to think properly and do the video quick. So I've been looking in a lot of the Facebook groups, and I don't know if you got to me from there, but if you did, thank you. I love those Facebook groups. I think they're so beneficial to all of us, for us to support each other. It's so important. Even those of us who have family and friends that do support us and are really empathetic and caring, it's still not the same as someone else experiencing fibromyalgia or chronic pain, lupus, whatever. You hear my dog barking in the background, of course. So what I was saying is I've been hearing a lot of you have been really having a hard time mentally. And that's why I wanted to do today's video about mental health. And it's so, so important. As I've said before, I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia for 10 years, but I pretty much have had it since my teens, mid-teens, but really, I think it was 40, which is about 14 years ago now, is when it really started to get more severe and to be a real problem with my quality of life. But so I did want to talk to you guys because some of you still don't have a therapist, and I've had a few therapists in my time, and I've had long, extensive discussions with them, and I've done a lot of research, like I do with everything. I research everything to death, but pretty much anybody with a chronic illness really is recommended to go to therapy, because anybody dealing with a mental illness, again, whether it's fibromyalgia, lupus, a whole bunch of MS, even, cancer, all different ailments that really affect our lives, it really, really does a job on us mentally. And I'm sure each and every one of you can relate to that, right? So, it can be really hard sometimes. I know for me, I had genetically pre-existing anxiety and depression. Same thing, wasn't diagnosed until my son was like 6 months old. How old is he now? He is 23. So for 23 years ago, I got diagnosed. But I know I had it pretty much all my life. But, dealing with a chronic illness and having to deal with so much pain, so much changes in our lives, people not understanding what we go through. Maybe some of you have family and friends that are very judging, or that, still expect you to be the same person no matter what you're feeling, whether it's, you're in a lot of pain or you're just feeling terrible, whatever. They don't understand the brain fog. All of the crap that we have to go through on a daily basis is so hard on us mentally. I'm sure each and every one of you go through that too. So I'm so thankful for my therapist. Okay, I just had to bring my dog in because, of course, as soon as I do my video, she's barking up a storm. So anyway, I don't know what I would do without my therapist. She is so helpful. There are times when I really get in a funk and I get in a deep depression, honestly. Usually it's when I have a long stretch of me feeling really terrible, and that it really does get to me. Or if I have things to do and I don't feel well enough to do them, and it's so frustrating. And when it's a few things one after the other, it really gets to me mentally. Let me know if you have that experience too. So I can tell you, 100% of the time, I mentally feel better after talking to her. She gives me great direction. If I have a difficulty with something, she helps me work it out. She tries to find avenues. She tries to find, or even organizations or suggestions on what I can do. She's so, so helpful. And, for someone to go through this without a mental health professional to guide them and to just help deal with the changes in our lives and the effect it has on our lives, I really, honestly, I don't know where I'd be without my therapist. There were times that I'd have to see her weekly for a period of time until I was okay. And then I would go to 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how I was doing. I go through an app, which is awesome because I don't have to physically go out of the house. As you know, I'm on disability. My fibromyalgia is pretty severe, and one less thing that I have to go out of the house to do, definitely better. So I found her on Doctor On Demand app, which from what I understand was started by one of Dr. Phil's sons years ago, and I can't say enough about it. My insurance even covers it, which is great. And even if it doesn't, it's, of course, depending on your financial situation. I don't have a lot of money, but it's really pretty affordable. If you are going to do like a monthly thing, that's not too bad. You could save up for it, but it's great. It's so easy, and she's absolutely wonderful. One thing about therapists that I've learned is I shouldn't say when they're good, when you have a good connection with them, they're super helpful, and you get a lot out of it. There are times, everybody's personalities are different. And, there are some times that you don't have good chemistry. You don't mesh well. Sometimes you just don't, I don't know, you just can't connect. So it's hard to open up. And, there's been times that I will thank them for their time, and I will just tell them that I just don't think it's a good fit. And I'll actually go see another therapist until it's with somebody that I do really like. That only happened to me twice, I think. But at that time, I had seen a couple therapists, and so I kind of knew more about it. I would give it a chance if you've never been to therapy before. So there's lots of... and I'm sorry, I keep saying, I can't help it. It gives me time to think about what I'm going to say, because as you know, like, it's so hard for us to put thoughts together and words. But I go on Doctor On Demand. You can see one in person locally. I know a lot of therapists now they'll do the first one in person, and then the rest of them you could do video appointments, which is very helpful. And there's also a lot of great apps out there. I know there's BetterHelp. I'm trying to think of other ones. There's a whole bunch. If you just Google it, there's a lot of different therapy apps to use. So it's really, really helpful. I know a lot of people lately have been saying, that they don't know what to do, they are at their wits' end, they don't have support at home, or even if they do have support at home, they're just having a really hard time being able to function, and mentally it's really getting to them. Number one, I want to tell you that you're not alone. I think we've all been through that to some extent, some worse than others. You know, I think the more severe our symptoms are, the harder it is. You know, I've been bedridden, so I get it. I know it can be really, really difficult, and I'm here for you. I know there's a lot of resources. The Facebook groups are great for support, and go to therapy. If you want to change your situation a little bit, obviously we can try our best to, you know, try different things to make ourselves feel better, and that's a whole different avenue, but that also includes mental health, and that is super, super important. And I think a lot of people downplay how important that is, or maybe just don't want to take that first step if you've never been to therapy. But I can tell you, do it. Every trained therapist is trained in seeing people and helping people with a chronic illness. That's a big chunk of what they deal with and what they're trained to work on with people. So you're not alone. There's millions of people that deal with mental illnesses on a regular basis, and the therapists are trained to help you and to help you get through that, because mentally it's not easy. So I'm here for you. If you need me, reach out to me. I am going to do some one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. I think that's the only way to get a hold of me right now. But yeah, let me know. I would love to be able to help anybody that needs it. Like I said, I've been through a lot with trying to make myself feel better, to get myself healthier, to get myself mentally better, to live the best life that I can. And hopefully I can help you guys too if anybody is really struggling. So I think that's it for now. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Every Wednesday, I still made it. Even though it's the end of Wednesday, I still did it. So check me out next Wednesday. Not sure what the topic is yet, but make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, please. And if you have any questions, if you have any topics you want me to discuss, put that in the comments too. Okay? I'll be thinking of all of you. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.